What is going on, you guys? Welcome to another Stash '05 DVD and Blu-ray update. Now, I said last time in my video that I didn't know what I was going to make next, but I have like 3 huge stacks of Blu-rays and DVDs that I haven't put away since I've moved back. And so each stack is about 30 to 40 Blu-rays. So I thought I'd do something like that. Just take one stack and we'll just run through it. And I won't get into too much details on some of these because forget it. This would be a very long episode of a DVD and Blu-ray, update. But let's just get started with it. First and not least, certainly the Blu-ray version of The Hobbit. Now, if you guys have seen if you guys have seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the extended cuts, it looks just like this, like a book. It's beautiful, and I haven't actually seen these movies yet, but I'm gonna be watching them pretty soon. But this is such a beautiful case. I love it so much. So yeah, the Hobbit trilogy. Next, we have one of my favorite films of last year, Spotlight. Now, Spotlight is an incredible film with some really amazing acting. I mean, it's really sad, all the stuff that goes in here, but I had to get it on Blu-ray. Spotlight. Of course, probably one of the biggest Blu-ray releases this year, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Now this is the Best Buy, steelbook. I pre-ordered it only because I thought it was going to get sold out, and that definitely did not happen. In fact, I went like a month later just to find tons of steelbooks. So I'm guessing they didn't do as well as they thought they were gonna do. But I mean, the movie's still awesome. I love it, and the Blu-ray looks really great. So yeah. Okay. Actually, a documentary that I've been trying to find for a long time. I Knew It Was You. Rediscovering John Cazale. I think that's how you say his name. This, though, is an amazing documentary. If you guys, he's only been in 5 feature-length films, all of which were nominated for Best Picture. So you have Godfather 1, Godfather 2, Dog Day Afternoon. He was in The Conversation, I believe, and in Deer Hunter. And I think all of those were nominated for freaking a Best Picture. So the guy was just a very talented man. Died way too soon, but this is a great documentary, showcasing his life. So definitely pick that up if you're interested. One of my favorite films of the last couple years. I don't know if this came out last year or not, but Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. This was such a good, pleasant surprise. I loved it. A lot of people kept telling me to go watch it, and I had it for a long time, and I just never did until recently. I watched it, and it's a beautiful, amazing coming of age story, and it's really sad, and it's really good though. I loved it. Um, One of those films that I haven't actually watched the second or third. No. I've seen the first 2 movies. I haven't seen the third or fourth one, this would be the last one. Mockingjay, the part 2. I got the steelbook. I believe this was from Best Buy for sure. And I haven't seen them, but I'll be checking them out pretty soon. So we'll see. But yeah. enough of that. A movie that I've been wanting to see because I really like Adam Driver, and I actually like Ben Stiller a lot. While we're young, this was a really funny and weird movie. It's very indie, very hipster. So if you're into those kind of films, definitely give this a look, because it's pretty good. Another really good documentary of a person who just left this earth way too early, Amy. Now, this is a documentary about Amy Winehouse. It's so good. It's really sad. It's emotional. It's so good though. You should, if you love music, definitely give this a watch, because she was such a big inspiration. Even if you don't like her music, but her story is really good. So give it a watch. One of my favorite shows ever, apart from like The Sopranos, Breaking Bad. Now, I used to live in Albuquerque for a few years, and I actually lived like 2 blocks away from the Walter White house, which was amazing. You would always see people go by and take pictures there, but I love this show so much. It's so incredible. If you've never seen Breaking Bad and you've ever like kind of wondered about it, give it a shot. The first season's a little slow, but it picks right up right after that. And it's so good. It just keeps you wanting more every single season. So, great show. Next one I have is Mad Max Fury Road. I believe there was a steelbook of this somewhere. I wasn't able to get my hands on it. I really wish I did though. This is such a good movie. Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy, George Miller directing, but it's such a standout performance for both of them. Even though Tom Hardy's barely in it in his own movie, it's such a good movie though. I loved it. Mad Max. A movie I've heard a lot about, and I didn't really see it until when it came out. I bought it because I've heard so many people talk about it. The Gift. Now, The Gift is super scary. It's not scary in the sense of like horror, but it's such a crazy thriller. Definitely check it out because it's such a crazy mind fuck, a movie I haven't seen yet, but everyone's been telling me to watch it because it's so good. Ip Man. I got the trilogy steelbook. It was at Best Buy. So as you can see, it's got 2, 3, and then behind this right here is the disc 1. I've heard a lot about it. I heard it's really, like, the action's amazing, so I'll definitely give that a check. Another movie I haven't seen, but I want to see it so much, and I haven't had time. Is The Revenant, of course. Leonardo DiCaprio finally won his Oscar for this, and I've only heard amazing things. Like, everyone I've ever talked to has said great things about it, and I am so excited to watch it. Next, we have Justice League versus Teen Titans. Now, this one I recently watched, and I fell asleep. I didn't finish it. It was okay for what it was. There's other ones that I like a lot, but I think ever since they did this like new continuity with the DC animated films, they're not my favorite. Like the Batman versus Robin, the basically all the ones that have like the Justice League ones, the newer ones, not my favorite. Except for Flashpoint, but that's the movie that kind of launched everything forward. So they haven't been my favorite, except for Bad Blood. And I'll get to that in the next video, because I think that Blu-ray is on a different stack. So that one's really good though. I like that one. Another documentary that is amazing, and I've been looking for it for a long time, and I finally saw it on Netflix. So as soon as I saw it on Netflix, I watched it, and I had to buy it as soon as I, had the chance. The Wolfpack. Now, this is incredible, man. Like, these guys, I feel so bad for them, but at the same time, I kind of admire them, and it's incredible. These guys are all brothers, and they're not forced, but they have very overprotective parents that don't let them leave the apartment, and they live in a really small apartment. And so, and I don't know how many of them there are. They're like at least 5 or 6 brothers, and you just see them all just kind of living together and learning about the world through movies. So that's pretty incredible. Definitely worth a watch. The next movie I have here is Pixar's The Good Dinosaur. I don't know where I hold this in the whole catalog of Pixar films. There are amazing Pixar films, way better than this, I think. And this one's really good, but I just didn't feel like that magic that Pixar often has. But it's really good, though. I mean, I felt like maybe it could have been a Disney movie instead. But, for what it was okay. It wasn't too bad. Pretty dark at some points, like, dang. But it was alright. Next one I got, Locke. Now, Locke is a great movie. I love Tom Hardy. The whole movie takes place in a car. And it's just him in the entire film. You hear voices. You hear him talking to people on the phone and having conversations. But the whole movie is basically carried by Tom Hardy in this car. And that's amazing. I liked it a lot, but I do think that Buried with Ryan Reynolds, which kind of did the same thing, was better, like way better. But this is a great one too. I really liked Locke, so definitely give this one a watch if you're like really into character-driven films. Definitely one worth the watch. Next one I have 1 Hour Photo. As you can see there, unfortunately, oh man. So there are certain types of slipcovers that rip really easy, and if you put a sticker on it, that's definitely gonna happen. I'll just put this up right here. That happens, and that's really unfortunate because this is such a great slipcover. I love it. And it is also the main cover, but the slipcover is really nice. But the material of the slipcover is just, I wish they wouldn't put the stickers on them. That truly ruins one slipcover sometimes. But yeah, I got this right after Robin Williams had passed away. Well, not right after, but I had gotten it a few months after. And I saw this, and it was a great deal, so I picked it up. And I hadn't seen this in forever, so. Another really good movie, Rush. Now, I'm not the biggest Ron Howard fan. I'm not the biggest, oh my goodness, Chris Hemsworth fan. And I really do like Daniel Bruhl. But this was actually exceeded all of my expectations. I remember I saw this on my birthday one year when it came out in theaters. So good. Definitely give this a watch if you haven't. This is a really good movie. A movie I was actually hoping was really good, but it turned out to be more of a disappointment than anything. Double. I didn't even finish it, to be honest. When I watched it, I was just not into it at all. So, yeah, I didn't even finish it. I want to go back and watch it again, but I really have to be in the mood. And in the year and a half that I've had it, not once have I been in the mood to watch this. So we'll see if I even get to watch it again. A movie that I saw in theaters, and I was literally, there's only like 2 or 3 people in the movie theater with me when I saw this, and that's really sad because it was such a good movie. Birdman. I mean, it won Best Picture. This was, I love films that do the one take, but this one took it like to a whole nother level where it looks like the whole film was shot in one take. Of course, there are parts of the movie where you can obviously tell there was a cut. They do try to hide it pretty well, but I mean, I could see some, like when they whip really quick and like, okay, there's a cut there. Or when they go to a dark place, it's pitch black, of course there's a cut there. It's just really easy to cut right there. But there's other ones where I'm like, how the hell did they do that? And if they didn't, wow, I don't know. It looks flawless. But I really dig the slip cover. It's got like this really like weird material to it. But I love it. I thought this is a really good movie, and also the Blu-ray case itself is red, so I really like that. One movie that gets overlooked so much, because when you think of Matthew McConaughey before The Lincoln Lawyer, you think of like Pretty Boy McConaughey, and that's about it. Nobody ever talks about A Time to Kill. And you know who else gets the shaft? Is Joel Schumacher. People love to just hate on him because of Batman and Robin and Batman Forever. Now, Batman and Robin is an abomination. Absolutely. I would argue that Batman Forever is actually pretty good, except there's moments in there that are like I can't even stand. But overall, those are pretty good. Like, overall, those are missteps, right? Like, for Joel Schumacher, for Warner Brothers, for everybody, for Batman fans, terrible. But he's actually a pretty good filmmaker. I really like his film from, I think, 2003, Photo Booth, or 2003, I think. And this one's also really good. People just love to hate on Joel Schumacher, but this is actually a really good film. Starring a really good Matthew McConaughey, Samuel L. Jackson, and Kevin Spacey is even in this, and Sandra Bullock, of course. But yeah, I mean, give this a watch if you've never seen this. I think this came out like 96, I think. But definitely a good movie. Definitely check it out. Another movie that I really liked, but I didn't love, was the Peanuts movie. Now, it reminded me a lot of like the old school Charlie Brown, Peanuts movies, or specials, I guess you can call them. And even those, they're good, but I don't love those. I don't really hold those in a special place. But this was pretty good. I liked it. Like I said, I didn't love it. It reminded me a lot of the old specials. So if you're a fan of the old specials, I think you'll definitely like this, especially the animation. It's 3D animated, but it looks 2D. It's so weird. I can't even explain it, but I love the way they did it. So definitely worth a watch for sure. One series I've been collecting since they first came out on DVD, that'd be South Park. Now, I don't know if this is completely glaring and you can't see anything, but so I'm gonna turn it this way. Season 17, and this one came out 2 years ago. So, so it's been around forever. I have the season 18 also. So, and I'm pretty sure I'll pick up season 19 whenever it comes out. But I can't believe that South Park has been around for that long. South Park is so funny. I love watching it. They're always like hitting those moments in history that, like, just those hot topics. It's really funny. But you know, if you're a fan, definitely pick it up. I did get it on DVD only because seasons 1 through I don't know what now, 16 are all on DVD in my collection. And I really don't want to go from DVD to Blu-ray. It looks nicer when it's all one thing. So I'm okay with it being on DVD. Another Blu-ray. I actually have multiple copies of this movie, and I'm not ashamed to say it. You'll see another copy of this movie on my next, or I'm not sure if my next video or the following video. Interstellar. Now, this pack is, I forgot what it's called. It came with the book, really nice. It's kind of like the science of Interstellar. I forgot what these digi packs are called. I think it's just called a digi pack, but not a digi book. But I love this thing. It's got like magnets, so it keeps it closed. It's really thin. I like it. It's really nice. It's really classy. Let me just open this up. Okay, let me take that out. I love the artwork in here. Incredible. I wish the Blu-rays would actually have artwork on it, but if it meant that I get a really awesome case out of it, I think I'll take that over anything else. But definitely, I love it. I think it's so nice. This digi pack of, Interstellar. A movie I haven't seen since I think I was, I don't know, like 5. Hocus Pocus. I bought this, I think, last year during Halloween for $7. It's really cool. I don't remember loving this movie. So I didn't actually watch it when I bought it. So I guess this year, I'll watch it whenever it comes on, or whenever Halloween comes around, but it wasn't a movie that I fondly remember too well. A movie I've been wanting to get for a long time, and if there's a different copy of this, like a Criterion copy, I'm definitely gonna pick that up, because this one, The Fly, I think deserves a better release than this. I remember this is such a crazy Cronenberg film, and it's very, very much a Cronenberg film. It's crazy. But definitely give this one a watch. For Halloween. Fuck, that's a good movie. A movie, or a TV show I actually haven't watched yet. Even though, as you can tell, I'm very much a DC fan, but I also love Marvel. Chill with that. But I love it all. But a show that everyone's been telling me to watch, but I feel like I need to watch Arrow first, is The Flash. So I've got The Flash. It's a really cool. I love this slip. It's not really a slip. It's more like just like a booklet, or I don't know what to call it. But I think it's super nice, man. Just the details on there. It's really nice. It looks like straight up like a comic book. It's really cool. But I feel like I need to watch Arrow first in order for me to watch The Flash. And speaking of Arrow, this is the 3rd season. I do have seasons 1 and 2. I just don't think I've done like a Blu-ray update on that. But yeah, seasons 3. So I have them. Eventually I will watch them. I just, I've been watching other things like Game of Thrones, which is incredible if you haven't seen that. Another film that was really crazy. I need to watch it at least another time or two. Under the Skin. Very, very trippy. It was filmed in 2004. Got released in 2014. But it's crazy. Definitely one you have to really pay attention to understand. but I think it's worth it. It's really good. Almost there, guys. Almost there. My next movie, which is one of my childhood memories, like it really strikes a nerve with my childhood. But I haven't seen it since I was like 5. But The Land Before Time. There's like 20 sequels to this thing, but this is the original one. I think it's the only one that matters. But oh shiznits. But yes, it's really good. I mean, it's super short. It's only like an hour and 9 minutes, which at that point I think you should just call it a short film. But I mean, for what it was, and at the time that it was, it's pretty okay. There's a really sad moment in the movie in the beginning. It's really sad. I'm sure kids cried. Another movie I loved as a kid. I was like 9 years old when this came out. Casper. Now, a lot of people like to talk crap about this, but I don't know. For me, it always holds like a special place in my heart for some reason. Because it came out like in 95, I think. And yeah, I don't know, man. Like I was 9 years old, 9 years old. And I had a big crush on Christina Ricci. She had just been in like The Addams Family and then this. So yeah, like I love this movie. But yeah, not the best, but it's pretty fun. Actually, one of my favorite horror films. And I'm not a big horror person, but I decided to get this one before the whole 4K thing happened. And I don't know if this was kind of a waste. But it did come with a new documentary. It was Bram Stoker's Dracula. Now, this is mastered in 4K, but it's not in 4K. And then I really don't like the packaging, although it looks beautiful. I will say that it looks beautiful, but just listen to this. Ready? When I want to open this movie, it feels like it's gonna tear open, and it's not very good. It's the packaging is pretty poor. It's really bad. Although it's nice, but it's just not. It really wasn't for holding a movie. But the reason I got this was because I really wanted to see the new documentary or interviews with Francis Ford Coppola and his son. But I watched them and I was just kind of underwhelmed by them. But I mean, it was okay. A movie I had actually had to replace because I used to have it. Fucking Edward. And I used to have this movie, and he just never brought it back. And I'm kind of pissed because it had like a slipcover and everything, and it's a DVD. It's not a big deal, but the Outsiders, talking about Francis Ford Coppola. Although my original copy didn't have this bullshit right here. This is all BS. This is crap. I hate those. It makes it feel flimsy. And I remember back in the day when you would get those 2-disc, Warner Brothers. There's a ton of them out there, but it's like those 2-disc Warner Brothers DVDs that felt like heavy. Like they felt like it's worth the $20 that you're gonna spend on it. Of course, I didn't spend $20 on this. Since then, those movies are now like $5. But back then, when I first got it, it was a $20, DVD purchase. Think about that. $20 DVD purchase. That's what I used to pay for DVDs. But I just always thought they were worth it because of the 2-disc. It's movies that I love. They always had like really cool artwork on the front. But yeah, so this was just one I kind of had to replace because my mother effing friend Edward never brought it back, and now he moved away. So that's nice. Anyway, Another movie that I actually got this on Black Friday. I don't know if it was last year. Yeah, it had to be last year because this came out last year. Cinderella. I got this I think for like $7, and all the ones that they were selling for the $7 didn't have like a it didn't have a what's it called? A freaking slip cover. Sorry, brain fart. But I went ahead and I went to the DVD and Blu-ray sections. I found a regular one, took the slip off, put it on that one, bought it, cause I really like it. I mean, I like slip covers. I don't like movies that don't have them sometimes. They just look very bare, but when it does have a slip cover, I always try to get the slip cover. Although I haven't seen this, I heard it's really good. So I guess, I'll see it. I don't know if I'll actually see it, but we'll see. A movie I still haven't seen. I've had it for a long time now. Lucy. Now, I did want to get the Blu-ray Steelbook version of this, although I've heard this isn't very good. So, I don't know. I mean, ScarJo, she's awesome. I love her. She's the one I'd love to marry if I ever get the chance, but of course not. But she's gorgeous. Well, anyway, Luc Besson, I should have known because Luc Besson hasn't made a good movie since like The Professional, and that was like 1994. So he hasn't made a good movie in a long time, and I wasn't expecting a good movie, so I haven't watched it because I don't know. I haven't seen a good film from him since then, and I hate The Fifth Element. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that for some reason. Why people think it's a good movie is beyond me. I don't know. It looked terrible. It was annoying. Maybe it's because I saw it as a kid and Chris Tucker was just like in my face and I couldn't take it at the time. Maybe if I watch it now, it's a different story. But, who knows? We'll see. Anyway, Lucy, picked it up for really cheap because I got it on Black Friday, I think. A horror movie that I haven't seen. As you can tell, I haven't seen a lot of movies in a long time. But a movie that just looks crazy. Kind of, the trailer reminded me a lot of High Tension, that French film. And I really loved High Tension, so that was crazy. Goodnight Mommy. Now, this one looks terrifying. And I don't know if I want to see it because, I usually watch these by myself, and I'm super scared, and I don't want to get scared. So, we'll see though. I guess I'll watch this sometime soon, hopefully. And last but very least, I mean really, Terminator Genesis. I saw this in theaters. Thought it was crap. Very boring to me. There's some things that were really cool, but some other things that were just like, ugh. And I think what happened in this, I think they deleted, like, they erased the continuity of, like, Terminator 2. What the fuck? And 1, in fact, to think about it. Now, this is, like, the beginning. And those movies don't exist anymore. Oh, my God. Why would anybody want to see this? It wasn't, and I've heard Emilia Clarke is not coming back for the sequel, if they even make a sequel, and I'm not interested either. Very boring. But thank you, Diana, for taking me, because we had like a little buddy date, film my movie buddy, but yeah, so she took me to see this, and I was like, oh, thanks, bro. Anyway, that's my DVD and Blu-ray update. A very long, big stack. Don't know how long this video is going to be, but thank you guys for watching. I know I haven't made one of these in forever. It felt really good coming back to just doing a DVD and Blu-ray update. So watch out for the next one, because I do have two big ass stacks of DVDs and Blu-rays to get through. So I guess we'll just cut this here, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.